Trying to decide between the Garmin Striker CV and the Vivid CV? Well, you're in luck. Daren Wendell here with Wendell Fishing, and I'm going to walk you through the key differences, starting with number one, screen size. Now, if you're looking at the Garmin Striker 4 CV ClearVü, it is going to come with a 3.5-inch diagonal screen that looks just like the Garmin Striker 4. However, if you upgrade to the Garmin Striker Vivid CV, that's going to be a larger screen that comes in at 4.3-inch diagonal. So if you're looking for a larger screen, this is going to make this really easy for you, the Garmin Striker Vivid CV. Now, when it comes to the sonar capability, they both are going to come with CHIRP, compressed high intensity radiated pulse. And so essentially what this is, it came out, and I believe in 2011, and instead of throwing one sonar signal, it's going to emit an array of sonar signals, really giving you that crisp, clear image. However, that's probably not why you're buying this unit. You're probably buying for what CV stands for, which is ClearVü, which is Garmin's downscan. And the downscan is going to give you that near photographic image of what's happening underneath the boat. Now let's talk about the color palettes on the Garmin Striker CV. You're going to get their standard color palettes. This is going to be your blue, your yellow, your classic white, your classic blue, your maroon, your red green, your orange, red, green, and gray. Now on the upgrade to the Vivid CV, you're going to get the Vivid color palettes, which is going to really help you differentiate that underwater structure and fish just a little bit better. And these are the colors they come in. You're going to get Vivid red. It's going to be really great for your shallow water fishing. Vivid orange. I know a lot of anglers like using this when you're fishing a lot of vegetation. Vivid yellow. Anglers like to use this in deeper waters. And then you got your Vivid green. Anglers use this to identify structure and objects in that mid-range depth. Vivid blue. So if you really like fishing the bottom, this is likely going to be a color you use for that scenario. Vivid purple. This is going to be really good for that really deep water applications. And then your Vivid white, which is going to be really great in that really murky water to really get that contrast working to your advantage. So now let's talk about mapping. On the Garmin Striker 4 CV, you're not going to get any type of mapping. However, when you upgrade to the Garmin Vivid CV, you're going to get what's called the Garmin Quick Draw Contours mapping, which allows you, the user, to actually map out your body of water. And you do this simply by running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth all over your lake, and it will map it within 1 foot increments. Now, if you had the question if any of these, do they connect to the Active Captain app? They do not. They are not Wi-Fi compatible. So here's an interesting fact. The Garmin Striker 4 CV is actually discontinued by Garmin. Now, that doesn't mean they didn't make a gazillion of these things because they are still available on Amazon. And since they made so many and these have been out for a very long time, you might actually run across them on a kind of secondhand market. And so I wanted to explain it to you. However, you can't find them and they're not for sale on the Garmin website because there's just so much more value in the Garmin Striker Vivid CV. In fact, when I was looking these up on Amazon, the Garmin Striker 4 CV was $179.99 and the Garmin Striker 4 Vivid CV was $159.99. So considerably cheaper. You're getting upgrades all around except for one thing. There's one thing that you give up, which really isn't that big a deal if you didn't even know this. The resolution on the Garmin Striker 4 CV is 480 by 320. And when you upgrade to the Vivid CV, you actually downgrade in resolution. The resolution then becomes 272 by 480. So a little bit less resolution, to be completely honest with you probably will never know. So it doesn't make much sense to invest in the Garmin Striker 4 CV. It is more expensive, you get less. And so unless you can find that at a steal, we're talking like Garmin Striker 4 prices, like the lowest base model, which run around $118, I'd probably steer away from it and find yourself a Garmin Striker 4 Vivid CV, and I'm going to throw those links in descriptions below. Now also keep in mind, if $179, $159 is a little outside of your budget, not a problem. There's actually two cheaper models, the Garmin Striker 4, Garmin Striker 4 Plus. I do a pros and cons of those right there. And of course, you're going to have to power these bad boys, and so I got the recommendation of the battery I like to use right there. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you.